Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. I think we should be live. Yep, we should be live. Welcome to the live, guys. My name's Sean from Stellar Smart. I'm coming live today to talk to you about Amazon FBA. Let me just make sure I'm available on all the places I'm streaming from, and I'm going to let our free Discord community members know that we're live. I think we're good. Welcome to the live. Is that everyone? Yes, I think we're live. Cool. Welcome, guys. Welcome to the live. I had a good day with the family yesterday, so I didn't go live. I've said live about 1,000 times on this stream already. Let me just bring up my phone. Perfect. Okay, right. I think we're good on every location, and yeah, I think we're good on every location. Perfect. So my name's Sean from Stellar Smart. I have been doing Amazon FBA since 2023, and the guys and I and the team built Stellar Smart. We built Stellar Smart so that we could try and overcome the problems that every Amazon seller faces. Basically, we all experience the same issues. We all experience the same headaches, and we really wanted to try and build a platform that helps people overcome them to make it a bit more accessible, because it is an incredible business model, but Amazon do not make it easy. They make it incredibly challenging. Sometimes you wonder why they make it so hard, given how much money they make from third-party sellers, but I'm sure there's method behind the madness. Right, who have we got on the live today? Elliot, welcome to the live. Creative Mail UK, welcome to the live. Elliot, hey, I think this may be obvious, but stay away from lead groups. I speak to quite a few lead group owners, so I don't want to knock their business model. What I would say is there is a theme with why people believe Amazon FBA is dead, and it's they join lead service providing groups, they buy the same leads as everyone else, those leads tank, and then everyone who does it says Amazon is saturated and dead. We've never believed in them personally. You know, over the years, we've been in operation for over 2 years. We have leads from virtual assistants that we train. We have leads from our software. We've never once sold them because we don't believe in it personally. Our mentality is to equip you with the tools and the experience and the knowledge to do this yourselves and be self-reliant. And if you think about it, Elliot, from a long-term perspective, if your business is entirely reliant on someone else to give you leads, it's very unstable. It's very insecure. So I personally wouldn't recommend them. I don't do them. There's a lot of people in our free community who use them, and the only reason they pay for them is so they know what leads to not buy, because if leads go in those groups, chances are they're going to tank and brick. So I'll leave it up to you. Everyone has their own view and experience on it. But, you know, we have hundreds of calls a month with people, and the consensus is the same. Everyone says the same thing. They tried lead service providing groups. It didn't work. They eventually realized they needed to learn the skill, and that's hopefully what we're here to help and teach. Really good question, though. Really good question. Hope you're having a good weekend, mate. Good to see you in here. Martin Sunsby, how much did you invest to buy products the first time, and did you have capital to do so? Really good question. So as a beginner nowadays, we recommend starting with at least £1,000 to £2,000. More is better. When I first started, I got made redundant from my job. 17,000 people lost their jobs to offshoring to India and AI. And I was one of those people. I went traveling around Europe with my missus and had a good time. And then we put the rest of it into Amazon FBA and other business ventures. I tried a bunch of stuff. For you as a beginner, £1,000 to £2,000 is ideal. More is better, and that's because it gives you wiggle room to reinvest profits and grow whilst buying the stuff that you need to buy. Anyone who says less than that is likely trying to get you into their paid service somehow. So if you're going to do retail arbitrage, arguably you could start with a bit less than £1,000 and just focus on high return on investment products. But you still need Keeper, you still need SellerAmp SaaS, you still need postage labels, you still need boxes, and you would still need to invest some money in ungating. I hope that answers your question. Elliot, thank you. No problem at all, mate. Good to have you in here. Thank you for joining. Lots of Martins in here today. Juno, hi. Paige, Jesus loves you. Appreciate that, Paige. I am very agnostic, but I still appreciate the sentiment. Thank you very much. I grew up in a Protestant Christian school, so I know very well the teachings of Jesus, and I love the ideas. I love the values. Just not entirely convinced myself, that's all. Uh, how are you guys doing this weekend? Are you having a nice bank holiday? Hopefully, you should have had some time off and maybe enjoyed it with some friends and some family over the sunny days. I have been in the habit for quite a long time of working through every occasion, and I've made a choice recently that I'm going to not be a sad I can't say the F word that I was about to say, a sad person, and do that all the time. So I spent some time with my family yesterday. It was really good. And yeah, I'm going to work like a donkey until my baby arrives in August. But aside from that, I'm going to start having some actual downtime soon, I think. Otherwise, what is the point in it all? Okay. Do we have any questions? I seen on the news in the UK is the first Islamic country with nuclear weapons. That is not about Amazon FBA, so I'm not going to touch on that. I'm not going to touch on that subject. Sounds very racist to me. Whatever news article you're reading, that sounds very racist to me, my friend. It's well, I'm not going to get political on this live, but it's very convenient, isn't it, that there's a group of people who are getting all the blame, except for the billionaires that hoard all the wealth. It's very convenient that the people that own the press are not the ones to blame for the country's problems. At least in my view. Okay. Jeff, welcome to the live, mate. It's nice to have a troll in here. I appreciate you. Yeah, guys, we're live on lots of different platforms. So if you don't see the questions coming up, that's why. Feel free to ask me any questions about Amazon FBA. I will probably I'll probably answer your questions regardless of what you choose. I hope you're all having a good weekend. We're going to be a bit quiet in our free Discord community over the bank holiday, so until Tuesday. But that's because the guys need some time off. Where we've had some really good progress. I'm hoping this month. Christ, I hope this month that we'll be able to move into our new prep warehouse, which means that'll be some cool social media videos you guys should see. We have very good qualified VAs that we've trained, developed, and sourced. So if anyone's looking for a VA, you can let us know. We've had really good improvements with new people coming into testing our software, which is really good. And we've got a very cool portal and integration with wholesale and distributor leads that we're providing to our mentees in our software. So that will be coming out very soon as well. I'll tell you what, I'm just going to get rid of that one. Yeah, I usually have someone from the team with me today, but she is off because of the bank holiday weekend. But if you guys don't know, my name's Sean from SellerSmart. So SellerSmart has been building an ecosystem. We as a company have been building an ecosystem for Amazon FBA sellers for over 2 years now. And it's been very good. It's been very good. We have over 125 positive reviews. No negatives, only 5-star reviews. We have a software that should help you reduce the amount of hours you need to work on the business, because the people that we target to work with typically have 9 to 5 career jobs. So we want to make this very accessible in a way that allows you to do your job whilst working it. We created our prep center, our virtual assistant recruitment, every single service we have, our account recovery. We did it because we wanted to become an all-in-one place for you to trust and rely on. So anything you need, you can come to us. That's our mission. That's our goal. We are all Amazon FBA sellers, which means we face all the same hurdles and the same problems that you guys have probably faced if you've tried or do this business model. It is not straightforward and easy, unfortunately. We are trying to make it that way. That's, you know, hopefully for us, it'll be a very profitable business for us if we can make Amazon a lot easier and more accessible. But every single week, Amazon is changing the goalposts to make it more and more challenging, which again is so frustrating. But regardless of the platform you sell on, you're gonna get headaches. You know, TikTok live sellers or TikTok shop sellers. I've heard people get their accounts banned all the time without warning and can't get them back. eBay, whilst it's really good, doesn't have the sales velocity. Shopify has a 2% success rate. Most people I know doing drop shipping lose money. So if you're looking to sell online, if you're looking to do e-commerce, no matter what you choose, you're going to be experiencing hurdles and challenges. And I'm one of the few people online who will talk to you openly about that. not because I'm trying to discourage you from getting into it. On the contrary, I would love you to get into it and I'd love you to work with us. But if I'm going to be a influence on you getting into something, I want you to be aware of what you're getting into. I want you to know the reality of what's behind it, not just not just the success posts and the trips away. I want you to know what it actually takes to grow and build an Amazon business. And hopefully our tools will make it easier for you to do that. But yeah, you need to know the reality, and you need to know that I don't consider all of the things I discuss in these lives that are the challenges. I don't consider them negatives. I think it's so important for you to realize that when you have hurdles in life, if you can overcome adversity, you're going to grow as a person. Whereas if you get everything easy, it doesn't hit the same way. So you are going to come into headaches and problems and issues in this business model. That's not a bad thing. You're going to become a very good problem solver by experiencing those things. And when Amazon do not help you, which they won't, that's where our community can. We can be hopefully the source of sanity for you guys and allow you to do this business model without worrying about constantly losing your account or constantly making mistakes, because Amazon can yield some really good results. Sam, who's the head coach in our mentorship, he supports his whole family. They go traveling 5 to 10 times a year, doesn't pay for flights because of the perks of the online arbitrage business model that we do. Reese was in Portugal the other day. Cal went to Canada not that long ago. I'm going to be going to Portugal soon. I'm kind of considering living in Portugal at points because I'm getting a bit bored of where I live now. And that's again one of the perks of this business model, is that you can do it from everywhere. I love the UK, and I'm a Brit true to my heart. So I'm not going to flee the UK just because the government are incompetent and our taxes are bad. I just want to experience a bit of other stuff for a bit. But yeah, we got people in our prep center who live in Vietnam and they do Amazon in the UK. We got people who in our prep center who live in Bali and they do Amazon from the UK. So it's truly one of those business models that you can be the term used these days is digital nomad. And it's a hell of an opportunity. It's an incredible chance for you to earn more money than you can at your salary job whilst working fewer hours eventually. You can't do that right away. It's going to take time to build it. You need to develop systems, you need to develop automations, and hopefully a team that you can delegate to, and we can help you with all of that. It doesn't happen right away. Rome was not built in a day, and if anyone out there who's bought a house for the first time will tell you that your house isn't perfect on day or week one. You add to it slowly over time. It's the exact same thing as building a business. It doesn't start perfectly. You build it over time and it gradually gets better. I just noticed you've asked me a question. Will places like Alibaba provide invoices? Alibaba provide invoices, but that does not mean you can use them for Amazon FBA. You can use them for private label if you're building your own brand. That isn't what we teach personally. We teach arbitrage, Amazon to Amazon, and wholesale. We don't teach that. And for arbitrage, you are absolutely not allowed to use Alibaba. You will 100% be buying fake, untrademarked. Well, you'll be buying fakes of trademarked products, and you will get your account banned if you do that. So if you're getting into private label, Alibaba, fine. Alibaba is actually really expensive. When you get into this game long enough, you realize that Alibaba is like Amazon. It's a marketplace. So if you're going to get into private label, try and look for suppliers directly, manufacturers directly. Alibaba is a good place to test, but you would never use it for arbitrage. And I can't advise private label too heavily because I've never done it myself. I wouldn't feel honest if I gave you advice on something I haven't done myself personally. Nicholas, welcome to the live. Sarah, welcome to the live. Hill with Lee, welcome to the live. Thank you for joining. Anyone across any platform, let me know if you've got any questions. Finn Keeler, would anyone in the chat sponsor me in a fundraiser? That's not to do with Amazon FBA. Amazon is a scam, tax scam. Tax is the most annoying thing in the world. Unfortunately, it's how our civilization functions. So it's necessary. It's a necessary evil. I think the degree to which our government taxes is completely a scam. I'm going to agree with that. Completely a scam. Amazon does not work for everyone. That does not make it a scam. Amazon is the largest marketplace in the world. 65% of the units sold on Amazon are sold by third-party sellers. So by data, it's an easily disproven false statement. But it doesn't mean it's for everyone. It's not for everyone. It is challenging. It is expensive. The fees are high, but you unlock the highest consumer marketplace in the world, and you get to operate a physical stock business model without ever seeing or touching the stock. So that kind of thing wasn't around when I was a kid. I'm probably going to date myself right now. I'm 33. I'm going to be 34 soon. That kind of thing didn't exist when I was young. So to me, it absolutely blows my mind, and I'll happily pay the fees to do it. And with the emerging marketplaces like Temu, OnBuy, eBay, and other places, Vinted, all of these other emerging marketplaces are creating competition against Amazon, which means Amazon are going to have to make it a good platform to sellers to sell on. Otherwise, people are going to continue to go elsewhere. And you can see that in the Google Trends data. Amazon is very out of fashion right now. It's because they've made it too tough, too challenging, and they've overstretched themselves with fees. But if you can stick around and get through all the headaches with it, you can do really well. And like now is the best time more than ever because the competition is not here. The competition not being here is a good thing. That means the people who stick to it can do really well. It's way less competitive than when I started 3 years ago. And when I started 3 years ago, people were telling me it was saturated, and it worked really well. I was able to replace my salary with gross profit in the first year. It was really good. But that does not mean it's for everyone. It is challenging, and you have to figure out if it's right for you. Elliot, do you think sticking to ungated brands is good as a beginner? We've actually tested this in our mentorship. We have an ungating channel in our mentorship. And what we've seen is that people get much better results if they have money that they can put towards ungating. So what you want to do is you want to go through our auto ungate checklist, which you can do for free. That's in our free Discord community. You want to source and find products that you want to sell. And then when you find a brand product that you want to sell, try to find the cheapest product of that brand and ungate that instead. That will be the cheapest way that you can get ungated. What we've seen is that typically works better than just relying on ungated brands. Relying on ungated brands is getting increasingly tricky, especially for a beginner where you don't know anything. You don't know where to find stuff, where to get offers, how to manufacture your margin. So putting some money into ungating is the way to go. When I first started, I invested quite a lot of cash into ungating. I did so not realizing that it wasn't the most desired optimal solution. And yet it worked really well for me because within 6 months, I was almost never gated in anything. The more you get ungated in brands, the more you get ungated. There's like a trust system. And the more you've been selling. So if you've been actively selling for 3 months, you have over 200 units of sales, and you get over 2K revenue, you'll start to notice ungating get a lot easier. 2K revenue is really easy, to be honest. So there's an 18-year-old in our server at the moment. She's awesome. She did 1,050 revenue in her first 2 weeks, and whilst studying in college. So 2,000 revenue in 3 months is super, super easy. No more questions there. Okay, cool. Slime time. English made England great, not cultural diversity. What languages are you speaking? Why are there so many racist people on YouTube today? What is going on? English made England great, not cultural diversity. I'm in a very culturally diverse city, and I love it personally. I don't think that means you can't be proud of British values, if that's what you're saying. Of course, we should be proud of British values. It's what makes us who we are. It's what makes our country so great, and it's what makes our country so desirable for so many people to come to. We're living in a day and age, though, where there's a brain drain in the UK. So the country would die without immigration. To act otherwise is silly. You just want the right kind of people to come to your country, obviously. I'm wondering if the sunshine is causing causing the people to come out. Can you pay for invoices to get ungated on brands? You can pay for invoices by buying products from major retailers or suppliers. You can absolutely do that. But as I say, Elliot, what we would do, mate, the example I give on these lives all the time is if you want to sell an HP printer that's like 50 quid per unit and then you have to buy 100, that's a really expensive ungate. But I can then find an HP mouse. I can buy the mouse for a £5. I can get 100 of those, and it's a much cheaper ungate. That's how you do it. So you are paying for the invoices to get ungated, but you're paying for the product. There is a very big ethical dilemma behind returning products that you buy for ungating. I don't personally agree with that. I wouldn't do that myself. Retailers and businesses go out of business because of refund scams. So, and you are refund scamming if you're doing it for Amazon. That is literally a scam. So, if you're going to do that, just sell what you buy or use what you buy. You can more often than not sell what you have on Amazon or eBay or Vinted, and you can make your money back, maybe even make a bit of profit. But you have to understand, the more you sell on Amazon, the more sales you get through your account, the better. So you don't want to return ungated products anyway, because you just want sales data. That's the way to go. And there's loads of ways that you can get even 100 unit ungates really cheaply if you know how. We actually teach that in our mentorship. We have a ungate channel specifically for that. Which has been really good. It's been very popular. The only reason we even have that channel is because our mentees in the group asked us to add it, and it was one of the best features we've added so far because it's been so useful for everyone, especially beginners. Beginners, we noticed, were struggling a lot with ungating, so this was a really good solution to it. We also have another tool in there as well, which I'm not going to say publicly what it does, but it works very well for ungating. So if I want to buy a high ticket item on a brand I'm yet to be ungated on, I just buy a cheaper item. Yeah, 100%. But it doesn't have to be high ticket. It can be anything. If you find a product that you want to sell that's 30 quid, maybe you can find another product within the same brand that's £2 and you can get ungated with that. And then you can buy and sell the product that you wanted to sell in the first place. You in the beginning, Elliot, with your cash flow, buying high ticket is more risky. You don't really want to invest more than 5 to 10% of your overall capital per brand. The idea is you want to buy lots of different products and spread your risk, because if one of them bricks, or if you get an IP violation, or you're not allowed to sell the product, because you've spread your risk by buying lots of different products, you're still going to make profit. If you overinvest all of your capital into one high ticket brand and then you can't sell it, or you have returns or refunds or issues, that's going to really affect your ability to reinvest, grow and scale. So you just got to be very conscious of that. Just be very conscious of that. If you have no expenses and live with parents in London, how much profit from FBA do you think you need to live comfortably? That's a really good dynamic. If you don't have any expenses, that's really good. Your fixed expenses with Amazon FBA are going to be things like Keeper, SellerAmp, SaaS and everything. You're going to have at least £100 of fixed expenses for Amazon FBA, probably a bit more as you go on. You're living in London, so London cost of living is higher, so you got to bear that in mind. Some people can survive on 2K a month. Some people can survive on 3K a month. Depends on your expenses. If you have kids, you don't have expenses or kids, so that's really good. The thing with Amazon is, in order to grow it properly, you need to reinvest back into it. So for you, Nicholas, if you wanted to live comfortably off it, if you could do that on 2K a month, ideally, you want to be profiting 4K a month on Amazon so that you can take the 2K out and then reinvest the other 2K to keep growing it and scaling it. If you're not reinvesting the profit back into grow and scale it, you're not going to grow it. The compound growth doesn't kick in unless you're reinvesting. But if you think you can live a good life on 2K a month, that is very achievable with Amazon. It just takes a bit of time. It takes a bit of time. You've got to learn. It is a learning curve. It's not straightforward and easy. Hopefully that's why we're here to help. Hopefully you can learn and speed up the process by getting our advice along the way. But yeah, I reckon for me personally, I want to survive on like at least 5K a month. That's what my targets have always been. I don't particularly need more, and I can survive on less. But you said the words comfortably. For me, comfortably means that I can live a life, invest some money, treat my missus to things, and still have money to reinvest back into the business. That's the idea. That's the goal. But it depends on your style of living, doesn't it? If you're leasing really expensive cars, if you're in an area that's really expensive to rent, if you've got a really expensive woman in your life, or man, if there's any women out there listening to this, but these things add up to your expenses. So you've got to just gauge how much you personally need to spend in a month, and if you can do that comfortably, that's the amount you need. But then you need to double. Ideally, you need to double that so you can keep reinvesting the rest back in. So when I buy a cheap item to get ungated on a brand, do I need to buy a lot of that item or just one? Elliot, every single product has a different prerequisite to get ungated. So to anyone out there who doesn't know what ungated means, a lot of brands on Amazon are restricted until you've proven that what you've bought is authentic, or you have sales data enough that shows you're trustworthy. So enough sales data over time. So every single ungate is going to have a different prerequisite. Some of them will require 10 units. Some of them will require 100. In America, we're starting to see 500 to 600 unit ungates, which is wild. And I guarantee that's going to come to the UK eventually. But you have to check every ASIN. You have to check every ASIN, every product that you want to sell. You have to check it on Amazon Seller Central to see what the ungating requirements are. If it's 10 units, then you need to buy 10. If it's 100, then you'll need to buy 100. And if it is 100, then you're not going to be able to get that ungate from most major retailers. You're going to have to get it from a major wholesaler, which means you're going to have to find a cheap product in that brand so you don't have to spend too much money. So we managed to, in our mentorship, we managed to find an ungate for Philips for about 21 quid, and it's a 100-unit ungate. So yeah, there is ways that you can do it cheaply, even with the big ungating requirements. I'm sure eventually that's going to change. As I say, just like politics, when the US has problems, it comes to the UK, just the same as Amazon. So right now, the US has some brands that are requiring 500 to 600 units. I'm sure that will eventually come to the UK. And I was saying this in our mentorship group the other day. I reckon maybe in 5 years' time, Amazon is going to be a lot more like brand direct, letters of authorization, authorized distributor kind of thing, or private label. I think we are headed in that direction in the next 5 years. Arbitrage still works incredibly well, though. Sam and I have been testing this in our community and in our stores. Wholesale invoices, even from authorized distributors, are causing way more headaches than buying from major retailers. So arbitrage is still the best model for now. Who knows what's going to happen in the next 5 years, but for now you get far fewer headaches working with online retailers. And the reason for this is Amazon just needs to confirm that the products you're selling are authentic. If you can prove that the products are authentic, then you have fewer hassles. Obviously, places like John Lewis, Sports Direct, Curry's, name a place, as the Tesco's, obviously they're going to be buying real stock. So that typically is why you get fewer headaches with them. When it comes to authorized distributors, even, as I say, even authorized ones, I don't know what it is, but we're still seeing it's more headaches. We're just going to have to keep learning as we go. Wholesale is like one of the biggest gold standard models on Amazon. So I don't know why they would be making that as difficult as they can be. And I hope it doesn't last too long. But we just have to wait and find out. I would love the opportunity to talk to Amazon, to talk to a manager or representative at Amazon directly to try and figure out what the mentality is behind what they're doing. But as of yet, I've not been able to find a contact, and I've spoken to other coaches in the space who haven't either. And even if you do find a contact, it's just one person in an entire huge conglomerate. So Amazon is very, very complicated. It's very vast. I'm sure it's very difficult to run a business of that scale. So even if you find a contact, you don't know for sure what they're telling you is congruent with the rest of the company. Who knows? Lily B, hello there. What are the processes of getting started? Lily, welcome to the live. If you join our free Discord community, Lily, we have a free course that you can learn the fundamentals with, and we have loads of downloadable free resources that you can use to get started. So we've got a purchasing sheet that you can use to keep track of your purchases. We've got an auto ungate checklist to help you in the beginning with getting unrestricted in brands. We've got a discount gift card portal where you can buy discounted gift cards so that when you buy your stock, it's cheaper. You know, if you're buying stock from Curry's and I can get a discount gift card for 8% cheaper than, if instead of £100, it's £92, then my stock is going to be cheaper and I'm going to make more money. We also have a top 200 UK suppliers list with all of their VAT information. And we recommend you start with online arbitrage, buying from major retailers. But you need Keeper and SellerAmp SaaS. Those are the two softwares you need, and you need to learn how to use those. We're going to have a very cheap paid course coming out next week. So the course we have right now, the paid one that covers the whole strategy, that is £700. We realized most people who get it just watch the sourcing videos. So we've made a cheaper one that we're going to release hopefully next week. But in the interim, you can ask questions on these lives. We try to give 80 to 90% for free on these lives because we really want to give you as much value as possible to get you to try it. And if you like it and it's for you and you decide you want to work with us, then that's fantastic, but no pressure. Obviously, Amazon isn't for everyone, so you have to bear that in mind. And the goal with us is to just make it as accessible so people can try it and see if they like it. And if they don't, that's fine. how do you get invoices from those places though? You buy from them. You buy from major retailers. Every single retailer has a different way to request invoices. Some of them you can download them from the online, you log into your account on their website and you download them. Other ones you request them from customer service. Other ones you have to request them by post. Those are the ones we avoid for ungating. Every single one is different. We have a system that allows you to automatically request invoices from every retailer because, we've been doing this for years now. We know which ones require what request, whether it's email or downloadable from the website. And you would have your shipping address where your products go it's going to be your home, your prep center, your warehouse, wherever. Your billing address is going to be your registered business address that's registered on Companies House. Amazon is a business. You have to register either as a sole trader or an LTD. You have to start a business, and you need your billing information to always be your company name and your registered billing address. That is the invoice that you would use to get ungated. If that information is incorrect on the invoice, it will not get accepted for ungating, and you will have headaches if you get authenticity complaints. So you always need to make sure that information is correct when you're buying stock. Isn't sourcing the main part of the business, like 90%? So Nicholas, really good question. 99% of sellers we talk to only focus on sourcing. And then at the end of the year, when they have to do their taxes, they find out instead of making loads of profit, they've lost money. And it's because leakage is so important. Admin and having a system is so important, and most people don't focus on it. When we built the course, we wanted to show people that, hey, you need to look at the whole holistic overview of how this works. It's not just sourcing, it's everything together that makes this a successful business model. And if you don't know your numbers, you're not going to know if you're actually making profit or not, or if you're just getting an ego rub from SDK screenshots or whatever software tool you use. So your products are going to get returns. Amazon are going to lose your stock. Customers are going to damage stock. If you're not keeping on top of this, it's going to completely erode your margins. So sourcing is very important. It is really important, but it's equally as important to treat this like a real business and know how to run it properly. And that means keeping on top of everything. So our paid course, the more expensive one, is probably just going to be for the people who join our mentorship or join our, we're going to offer a group mentorship offer very soon as well. So people get access to our group mentorship. The main big course that we have will go to people who invest in that. And the cheaper sourcing one will be for people who want to give it a try. It will teach you exactly how you need to source, and it won't bust the bank in order to figure out if it's for you or not. Mr. Beast, welcome to the live. My name's Abdul. Welcome to the live. I don't know Mr. Beast. I assume you're suggesting that I look like Mr. Beast, which I would not agree, but thank you for the comment. Thank you for joining. Right, let's go. Get out of here, you scammy dodger. Nicholas, will it teach exactly the same way you source on the same mentorship though? The mentorship is always going to be way more detailed. Just think of this. The course that we're going to release, the sourcing course, will teach you how to source for Amazon FBA. It will teach you to make really good money. We're going to charge £250 for that. And if you actually apply it and learn it and use it, you'll make way more money than £250. Our mentorship, you need at least 5K to invest. It's a lot more of an investment, and there is a lot more to it. Our mentorship is really, really damn good, and that's not going to change. There is a lot of stuff in the mentorship that we would never give out in our other offers. and we would never share publicly as well, because people have invested to work with us. They're getting incredibly good results, and the more people who see that information, the less valuable it is. So no, absolutely, we're not going to release a lot of our mentorship stuff. That's only going to be for people in there. If when we release this group offer, if you wanted to join just in the group instead of the one-to-one, then you will have access to it as well. You won't have access to the one-to-one hands-on guidance and support, which is really, really valuable, because we can help you avoid headaches and mistakes. But yeah, Nick, you have to think about it this way, right? We come onto live, and I don't know if you've seen any other creators in this space. They don't actually tell you how to do stuff. When Seller Smart, when myself, Sam, and other people come on the live, we will tell you exactly what you need to do. And we like to give away 80 to 90% for free. But we have to make our money somewhere. We're a business, we're a business. And we worked for free in the first year we were operating. So the mentorship, the prep center, the VA recruitment, the software, that's our business model. And it's going really well. We only have 5-star reviews. People in there have been getting really good results. And we've got a very cultivated, very optimistic, very abundance mindset group. Everyone helps each other in there. They're amazing people. We're very happy to work with them, and they're doing really well. And we have increasingly very profitable opportunities to our mentees in that group as well. So yeah, we love it. They're amazing people. I just realized my thingy isn't working. Why did that stop? Okay, there we go. Shahin Shah, welcome to the live, mate. Thank you for joining. How much is the mentorship? So we don't talk publicly about how much we charge, but we will tell you transparently on a scheduled call. And the reason for that is we tell you need at least 5K to invest. We have payment plans available. You need at least 5K because we want to work with people who have cash. But we don't just accept anyone. We want to make sure that we can help you. We want to suss you out and see if you're a good fit for the mentorship. We don't want to work with people who aren't going to apply what we teach. We don't want to work with people who are going to be really challenging and not listen to advice. So we'll suss out who you are. We'll see if we can help you. We'll tell you about pricing. We'll tell you about what you get with it. So in our mentorship, I can tell you right now, you get 6 months in the mentorship. It's 3 months of one-to-one and the group. And then 3 months in the final 3 months is just the group. And at the end of it, if you haven't hit 50K revenue or doubled your revenue as an existing seller, we will keep working with you until you do. You get free access and early access to our software. You get the first 3 months in our prep center without a sub cost. You get lifetime access to our course, weekly group calls that are all recorded. Guest speakers who share a lot of value in there. Those are recorded too. You get access to those. And you get one-to-one support with Sam, who does 2 million a year. Sam will be your coach in the mentorship, but you got the entire team of people helping you for 6 months. As I said, we only have 5-star reviews. We've got about 41 people in the mentorship right now. And I'd be willing to bet everyone in there would recommend working with us. I'd be willing to bet that. We have a lot of testimonials and reviews that are going on our website and landing pages in the coming week. The only reason that hasn't gone up yet is just because it's been a massive issue with formatting the images. But yeah, we have 125 positive reviews and only 5 stars, only positives. Very proud of it. Sam works really hard, as does the rest of the team. And people in the mentorship get a lot of additional perks as well. Nicholas, what business model do you mainly do? OA, 8A, wholesale? Yeah, well, exactly those. EU 8A is our forte. So Reese Cow and I spent a year of our lives doing EU 8A. So we've got a speciality in that. Sam, who's the head coach in the mentorship, does a 50-50 split of 8A and OA. I'm a big wholesale guy. I got made one of 5 authorized sellers for a big European brand, and I love wholesale. So I've brought wholesale opportunities into our mentorship, where we now have authorized distributors working with us, providing wholesale leads to our mentees. So it's so valuable, legitimately. On one of the leads, Cow and our team is pending to make about 5 to 6K profit from one lead, and we get multiple leads per day. And it's going to be increasingly large amounts of leads because I'm sending our business proposal to more suppliers. So it's, yeah, unbelievably valuable. It's such a big addition into that community. We're very, very excited for everyone in there. We just got to wait for the stock to go live. Sam bought a lead from us the other day, and it was flying out the door. I think it's like 700 sales per month, and he bought 500 of them, and it was flying out the door. Amazing. What would you recommend with people that have maximum 5K for stock? If you did want to get one-to-one coaching from us, as I say, we have payment plans available, and I can tell you, you don't need to do coaching. So I want to be transparent and say that you don't need it, but it helps. You don't know what you don't know. We have so many strategies that you can't find online because we develop them, and you've got an entire team of people working with you. So it will 100% will speed up your process. And people who work with us, listen to our advice, follow our advice, do really well very quickly in comparison to people who go solo. So Nicholas, if you want to work with us, let's schedule a call. Let's have a chat. We can talk to you. We have payment plans. And yeah, it's so good. Honestly, the two bits of feedback that we hear from people all the time is, I've done other people's mentorships. I wish I'd have come to you first because ours is so much better. And I wish I'd found you sooner. That's that tells me we need to improve our marketing. But as soon as people work with us, like we work very hard to make sure no one regrets it. We work really hard. We really genuinely care. And there's a lot of people in this space who are younger guys who just want to make a lot of money and go off traveling the world every other week. Fair play to them, no hate towards them, but we're all a bit older, we're in our 30s, we're more experienced, we've got families and stuff like that. We are very passionate about actually helping people and building a proper business, not just getting quick returns by grifting and getting people to give us their hard-earned money for coaching and then not providing it. We really genuinely care about giving a good service. And I think, as I say, 41 people in there right now, every single one of them would recommend us, I believe. I'm speaking for them, but they do recommend us all the time. Zero Sugar Daddy, what a name. They set you up to file to prompt you to buy a course later. So mate, we have loads of free resources and we have a course, but I say in these lives all the time, no pressure. You don't have to. You can get loads of free value from us. If you decide that you want to work with us, that's absolutely fine, but we're not a pressure-y group. That's not what we're about. Shahin Shah, 5K ready. Okay, mate, let's schedule a call. Shahin, if you give us a follow, we can't message you on TikTok unless you give us a follow and we follow you back. Someone in the team will drop you a message and we'll jump on a call with you. We'll schedule a call. 365 guy, sorry, Freudian slip. 365 guy, is the 5K for you or for stock? For both. You need at least 5K to invest. It's for both. Obviously, if you give us all your money and have no money for stock, we can't properly help you. So we need to make sure that we're working with people who can afford it. It is an investment, but we have loads of free or cheap stuff for people who are not at that level yet. That's absolutely fine. Get out of here, you. Zero Sugar Daddy, he's reading a script. That is the best compliment I've had in a long time. This is all me, my guy. This is no scripting here. That is the best compliment I've had. I go live a lot. I've had to practice what I say a lot. So this is all me talking off the cuff. I was terrible at it at first. Anyone in our community who joined the early days lives will tell you I was terrible at it. But this is practice. This is repetition. When you say the same stuff quite often, you typically get quite good at it. I appreciate the healthy skepticism, though. I get it. I have seen other Amazon creators in the space. I don't agree with what they say, so I get it. I understand why you're skeptical. Ask ChatGPT why so many experts are selling online courses and how to sell online. Zero Sugar Daddy, we don't just sell online courses, my guy. We've got an entire ecosystem for Amazon FBA sellers. That's why I added this banner, because I was so tired of people saying we're just selling a course. We don't. Sam, who's the head coach in our mentorship, he actively sells. He does 2 million a year. He shows his results all the time. Anyone in this space who's aware of us knows that he's legit. I got coaching from him 2.5 years ago. That's why I know him. The guys and I in the team work very, very hard to build the systems to make it more accessible. That's what we're trying to do. Amazon is not easy. They do make it challenging, and it's not for everyone. Our business model isn't just selling a course. It's creating an ecosystem so that people getting into this can hopefully get better results with fewer headaches. That's the mentality that we have. Paying for these mentorships is like donating to charity. 90% of the mentorships I've invested in have been really valuable, even if they haven't worked the way I intended them to. So what I mean by that, I got coaching from Sam, who's the head coach in our mentorship, and my Amazon business grew because of it. I paid a lot of money for a drop shipping mentorship. I learned a hell of a lot about meta advertising. I learned a hell of a lot about drop shipping. I lost a lot of money. I still learned a lot about e-commerce. So that experience is very valuable to me, even with Amazon FBA. I do not like drop shipping, and I don't do it because it didn't work for me personally. That does not mean it doesn't work. But yeah, if you invest in yourself, like this is a disparity between the UK and the US. In the US, culturally, they're so they're developed to invest into themselves. They really believe investing into themselves is going to help them get to that American dream. In the UK, we have tall poppy syndrome, where investing in yourself is seen as a cost, it's like a negative thing. It's a very weird cultural difference. It's one I don't particularly like about the UK. If you don't like mentorships, that's absolutely fine. Don't do them yourselves. Go solo. It will take you longer. But if you look at Bill Gates, Alex Hormozy, Warren Buffett, all of them had mentors. Every single one of them had mentors. So to act as if mentorships don't work, I personally think that's a bit foolish. But no disrespect, obviously. This is all said in polite. You don't believe in it. That's absolutely fine. I'm not here to convince you. I'm just here to help people with Amazon FBA and their questions. I really rate what you do in the FBA space, to be honest. Just interested in getting mentored already. I'm pretty sure he's friends with you and talks to you. Interesting. I'd love to know who you're getting mentored by. There are like 2 or 3 coaches in the space that I really rate. And if people don't work with us, I would recommend them for sure. Everyone else, I think you've got to be very careful with, because as I say, I've seen a lot of what other creators say, and I don't ethically agree with it personally, but to each their own. People want to make their bread. I get it. But yeah, I think you can do really well in this world without screwing people over. And everyone in our team believes that. We're very passionate behind the scenes. Ooh, Jay, are you in this call today? I didn't even realize you were live. Fola's Empire, welcome. I love how you respond to the negative comments and hate comments. Thank you. I appreciate it. That was effort, to be honest. I'll be very transparent with you. I'm not a violent person. I don't like violence. I do a lot of I've done a lot of boxing, a lot of Muay Thai, a lot of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And when I first started going live, my immediate reaction was to be less polite. But I realized over time, I get why people are saying that. Like I truly understand it. I went on for like half an hour, not that well, maybe a couple of months ago, for like half an hour. I went on lives to see what other people were saying. And I was like, that's why there's so many skeptical people. I was seeing someone say that you can start with £300 and you can make 10K profit in 2 or 3 months. It's just absurd. It's just absolutely absurd. That's not how it works at all. So I understand why people are so skeptical, and I would rather be a positive force in this world rather than a negative. So I had to check myself before I wrecked myself, and I had to reframe the hate comments, because let's be real, the hate comments are just engagement in our posts. It's helping push us out more. So if anything, it's a positive. I think I know who said the 10K per month thing. Yeah, probably. Yeah, you'd be amazed, mate. I honestly, I could not believe what some people were saying. And it was just to get people into paying for their lead service group, which doesn't work. I got coaching and mentorship from a really big community, a really big company in the Amazon space. We did a social media video about it the other day, and they teach people to lie to suppliers to build up contacts. And in the Amazon game, that's so absurd. That's such an absurd thing to teach in a mentorship. I really didn't agree with it, and it really turned me off them as a platform, because I was like, if they're saying this as advice, what else are they saying? But if you're going to get into wholesale and you're going to do it the right way, you need to build relationships with people. You can't do that if you're lying to them. And then what happens if you get supply chain requests? What happens if Amazon... Hey, thank you for joining the fan club. What happens if Amazon says, hey, we don't believe the stock you're buying is legit? Where did you get it from? You have to then go back to your supplier and say, hey, can you give me all your supply chain, because Amazon have requested it? And, it just doesn't work. It doesn't work long term. It's a silly way to approach it. So, yeah, I don't believe in that personally. I understand why people are skeptical. you know, I grew up around hippies, so I wish people would be nicer to each other, but you got to live in the reality you live in, right? And occasionally you will find people that you can trust and you can rely on. And I hope to constantly strive so the Seller Smart can be that group for you guys. We will work every single day to earn people's trust, and we will work very hard to maintain it, because trust is really hard to build. It's really easy to lose. So we work very hard to be that source for you guys. Oh, it is so hot in my studio, and I'm wearing this hoodie. I need to get some Seller Smart t-shirts. It's killing me. We don't have a lot of viewers anywhere else, which is a shame. No questions anywhere else. I've been live for 49 minutes. All right, guys, I will be live for an hour today. If you have any more questions, you got me for another 10 or 11 minutes. I will... I'll bring up my trustworthy talking notes that I always mention when I go live. All right, so actually, I just got one that was really good, right? So how do you handle suspensions on Amazon FBA without panicking? That's a really good question. And I have some really experienced sellers in my inner circle, in my network, who don't know how to do this. They are constantly panicking about the money they're investing and the risk to themselves as a business. I personally don't think that is a good mentality to have. If something is stressing you out that much and you haven't figured out how to alleviate that stress with, you know, healthy diet, healthy lifestyle, stress management, and trusting the process, then I think Amazon might be too stressful for you as an individual. But as long as you're following the rules, you will be okay. As long as you collect the right invoices, as long as you don't buy fake stock, as long as you follow the rules, your account will always be okay. And there is always a system and a process that you can follow. So we have an account recovery expert in our team. He's won 100% of the cases I've seen him do since working with us. And it's just one of those things. If you're going into this thinking that you're going to get a Section 3 and lose your account at any moment, even though you've been doing everything legitimately, that's just false. I actually would argue you could probably take Amazon to court over that, because this is a real business. If you've invested a lot of money into a real business and Amazon are disallowing you to operate your business with unjust terms, I would almost bet you could take them to court over that to get it reversed. I'm not saying you have to do that, because obviously there's things you can do. There's Amazon mediation. There's our account recovery expert. That's following what they request in suspensions, in compliance violations, Section 3's authenticity complaints. They tell you exactly what they want to see. It's going to be an invoice. It might be a letter of authorization. It might be an invoice from a wholesaler. It might be proof of supply chain. It might be your bank statements to show the transaction. There is always something you can do. So go into this without that in your headspace. You don't want to be thinking your business is going to crumble at any moment, because it's just not healthy and it's not accurate. That's not how it works. B Prakaj, welcome to the live, mate. Thank you for joining. Glenn Lacey, welcome to the live. Hillwood Lee 365 guy, Christy Daniels, welcome to the live. Lots of familiar faces in here. How are you guys doing? Are you having a good weekend? Are you working over the weekend, or are you taking time off? All right, next one. All right, how do you do Amazon to Amazon without getting orders cancelled? That's a really common one. So Amazon to Amazon is me buying from Amazon when the price is low and reselling when the price is high. How do I do that without getting my orders cancelled and without getting my account banned? Step one, you need to have a different email address to your buying accounts than you do to your selling account. If the email is the same, if your buying account gets closed, it will close your selling account. That's why you need to have two different ones. You can have 3 personal buying accounts and you can have 1 Amazon business buying account. Any more than that, and you will see cancelled orders. You want to make sure that the name on the buying account matches the name on the bank card that you use to pay for your stock. And realistically, you want to have 3 different bank cards per account. So for me, it was my name, my partner's name, and apologies. So for me, it was my name, my partner's name, and her sister's name on 3 different digital bank cards that we use for Capital and Tap, or supplementary cards for Amex. And we made sure that our name matched the name on the account. If that name doesn't match, your orders will get cancelled. You can use Prime. Reselling is against the Prime terms and conditions, but the worst thing that will happen is they'll close that buying account. Most Amazon to Amazon sellers I know use Prime. I never did personally, because I'm more risk adverse. And if you do Amazon to Amazon. In order to get Prime Day deals, you need a Prime account. So just bear that in mind. Prime doesn't influence EU A to A with delivery times. It doesn't speed it up, but you do get access to those Prime deals. So there is a perk to it. But obviously, I'm not recommending or denying you to do either with Prime or without. I'm just saying some people do, some people don't. I never did personally. Sam, who's the head coach in our mentorship, does. You have to gauge your risk tolerance. Is there anything I can do? Is there anything I can be doing right now while waiting for Tide to approve me sourcing right now? Yeah. Okay. I'm going to give you my point of view on Tide as well. So you need to be learning as much as you can. You need to be practicing sourcing. You need to get Keeper and SellerAmp SaaS, and you need to watch some videos. You need to learn how to use the tools, and you need to find products before you are ready to spend money and buy stock. You want to have those products ready to go. You want to build up your database. So add retailers onto your, we've got a free top 200 UK suppliers list. You could download that and you could apply it to the purchasing tracking sheet that we have. And you could start adding retailers to that. You could start adding brands to that you can see other people are arbitraging. You could get access to our discount gift card portal and see what gift cards are available and request the ones you need. You could, what else could you do? In the beginning for you, you just need to learn how to source. You need to get familiar with this. When Tide eventually approves your business, then just get started and throw yourself into it. Sam in our team uses Tide and he's never had issues with them. I personally do not like them and they have a lot of negative reviews. So I have another business that I registered with Tide. And as soon as I got that registration through, I immediately set up a Wise business account. I much prefer Wise. I've always used them, but obviously the market always changes. So have a look around and see which ones are good. But Tide, from a customer service standpoint, have been terrible in my opinion versus Wise. So obviously it's up to you. You can stick to Tide if you want to, but I wouldn't personally. Sam likes them, but again, he's never had an issue with them. Chrissy Daniels, hey, how's your software going? Is it out to the public yet? Chrissy, welcome to the live. Thank you for joining. It is being tested by the people in our mentorship, and we're increasing the number of people in our mentorship using it. As soon as everyone in our mentorship and our prep center has access to it, it will then start to go out to the wait list. If you are in the wait list, you get to use it for free. And then when it goes out to the general public, that's where it will be paid. Anyone who joins our mentorship gets 3 months paid access to our software for free, even after you've used it for free. And as I say, anyone in our mentorship gets early access to it. But yeah, people are testing it. We've added more and more people into it. Cal's been developing in the background with more people testing it. There's more feedback and bugs that we've got to fix. But increasingly, the feedback is this is going to be really good when it's fully developed. We are expanding our prep center at the moment. We're moving to a bigger warehouse, and that is costing a lot of money. That's requiring a lot of time. So as soon as that's finalized and done, we are going to hire more people into our developing team so that we can push out software faster. It is, oh man, I really, really want to start showing you guys the software. From a marketing perspective, I really want to start showing you guys the software, but we can't post about it yet because people are just going to rip off our ideas, and we don't want. We've already had people stealing our ideas and then taking credit for them, even though they stole it from us. So we're not showing the software publicly to anyone yet. As soon as it's in waitlist beta, we will then start publicizing the features and what we do, and it's very cool. It's very good. I know it's expensive, but is company's house way easier? No, Tide is the cheapest way to register a business. I would definitely register a business these days with Tide. When I first started, registering a business cost 12 quid. Then it cost 50 quid. Now it's 100. It's an absolute joke. They're making it so much harder to operate small businesses in the UK, which makes no sense at all because it's, small businesses are the backbone of the economy. So I have no idea why the government are so incompetent. But registering with Tide is a good idea because it's £25. Definitely recommend doing that. Also, should I use Keeper for sourcing? I've heard mixed things. The reason you've heard mixed things. Sorry. You were specific with what you said. All right. So Keeper, you need it for deal analysis. You have to have Keeper. Have to for now until our software is fully developed. But I don't think Keeper for sourcing for a beginner is a good idea. You still need it though. Keeper and SellerAmp SaaS, you need both of them. You have to have both of them if you want to do this properly with as much detail as possible. But I personally don't think Keeper as a beginner sourcing strategy is the way to go. I think storefront sourcing with SellerAmp SaaS, email newsletter sourcing, or if you want to do Amazon to Amazon, then you need Keeper. But Amazon to Amazon, I would say you probably need to start with a bit more cash, maybe at least 2K or more. But yeah, Keeper is still necessary. Without Keeper, you can't do deep analysis on the listing to prove that it's safe. You need it. And the people who say you don't, they don't know what they're talking about, in my opinion. Is capital on tap worth it? Don't know if I should get a credit card at 18. Okay, Elliot. So capital on tap is one of the best credit cards in business you can get. In business, every purchase that you make, if you can put it through a credit card, you should, because you develop cashback and rewards from that. You are 18, right? You should not do anything financially irresponsible. By which I mean, don't over leverage debt by spending money on a credit card that you can't pay off straight away. When you use a credit card, the correct way to use it is to spend money on it and then pay it off straight away. That will improve your credit score. So for you as an 18-year-old, you should have a credit card if you want to develop your credit score. Because if you have a credit card and you put your day-to-day shopping on it and then you pay it off in full, over time, that's going to build your credit score so that if you ever do need to get loans or if you ever do need to get a mortgage, your credit score is going to be better. And in a business, you should put everything through credit cards because of cashback rewards and everything. One of the systems that we teach in our mentorship can make you £1,000 to £2,000 profit extra monthly if you're spending enough money on your cashback. And Sam goes traveling 5 to 10 times a year and never pays for flights. All of that is cashback through the reward system in our mentorship. So it's definitely worth it, but don't be irresponsible. Don't over leverage debt that you don't have. Only spend money that you can pay off straight away. People say taking risk is better when you're younger, because when you're 18, if you take risk and it doesn't work, you've got so much time to correct it. But someone who's 50, if they take a risk and it doesn't work, they've got a lot less time to make their money back. So you're in the age where you can try things and get started. And the fact that you want to get started at 18, mate, power to you. That's incredible. When I was an 18-year-old, I was an absolute idiot. All I was doing was partying, chasing girls, and getting up to no good. So the fact that you're getting into business this young, you're going to do really well, mate. Aaron Lando 949, how much profit are you making per month, G? Welcome to live. I have been battling with a section 3 for a long time, my friend. So I am not making any, well, I'm doing well on eBay, doing a couple of grand a month without putting in time into it on eBay. But yeah, the account recovery expert in our team right now is waiting on the feedback for our section 3 violation. As soon as he gets that approved and removed, I'll do social media videos about it. That's been on our account for a while. The guys and I on the team took a pause on selling to build Seller Smart, but we always said we were going to go back to selling. I'm desperate to get back into selling because one of the things I've been working on in the background has come to fruition. So I wanted to build wholesale and distributor relationships for the people in our mentorship and to integrate that into our software. So every day I'm getting access to banger leads and I can't buy them because of the section 3. So as soon as that's cleared, I'll start buying again. After how long do you think you should apply for an Amex? What are the key requirements for your experience? Amex is one of the first things you should do if you want credit cards or cashback. This is not financial advice. I'm not a trained accountant. Talk to an accountant. And I'm not recommending that you over leverage debt. But Amex and Capital on Tap are very good ways to build cashback and rewards. I wanted to get one as early as I could. And yeah, Amex is incredible. Because of the war with Iran, because of the uncertainty in the market, Amex has just recently started massively capping spending limits. So, you know, for beginners out there, you don't need to worry about that anyway, because you're not going to be able to smash it with 30K spend straight away anyway. You need to build up trust with them. But it might take a little bit longer to grow than it used to. A free version of Keeper, fine, or get the paid version? Elliot, get the paid version. SellerAmp is not enough to tell you if the product is an IP risk. It's not enough to tell you the accuracy of a variation listing. And it doesn't show you the entire history of the listing to see its performance over Q4 and historical. So you absolutely need the paid version of Keeper. Keeper and Stellar together is 50 quid. Operating a business with 50 quid is nothing. That's so good. And you definitely should do both until our software comes out. And it's our software is going to be an all-in-one eventually. You won't need to pay for other stuff eventually. B Procads, what credit card would you recommend? Okay, so again, not financial advice. I'm just telling you what I did and what other people do. Capital and Tap, amazing. Santander has a 1% cashback card. Amex. There's another one off the top of my head that I can't remember. Curve. You can connect credit cards to Curve. That can be really good. There's certain ones that I'm not going to share because they're for our mentees only, but those are a really good place to start. Curve, Capital and Tap, Amex, Santander, they all do cashback. Check the market though, it changes all the time. If it's a 1% cashback credit card or something like that, or you get Amex, Avios points, whatever, then it's a good place to start. But Amex and Capital and Tap are the ones that most people go for. Elliot, you just validated what I said. Capital and Tap and Amex, yeah, those are the two best ones. How do you prove supply chain if you order from retail versus wholesale? Christy, really good question. So we have been finding this out recently because we've been testing. Retail invoices get way fewer headaches than wholesale invoices, even authorized distributor wholesale invoices. So if you provide a retail invoice, Amazon for a fact knows that they're buying authentic stock, and that will be enough most of the time. If you're buying from a wholesaler, Amazon will request further supply chain information, and it's down to the supplier whether they give that or not. So that's the difference in the two. Wholesale should be the gold ticket Amazon business model, but I don't know why. Amazon are making it more and more tricky, but the market is adapting. More and more suppliers are realizing that they need to play ball, otherwise people won't buy from them. So, in our mentorship, we have wholesale distributor, authorized seller contacts. We are only working with people who will prove supply chain if Amazon requests it. Does the sourcing course teach how to properly utilize credit cards? I've never had one. It does not. The sourcing course is only sourcing. It is not utilizing cashback or credit cards. The more expensive course that we have touches this a bit, and the mentorship, the one-to-one coaching is where we teach this properly. A lot of the really valuable things that we know are only going to be available in our mentorship. And that's, obviously it's an investment to work with us. We want to make sure it's worth it to the people coming in. So that's never going to change. That's only going to be available to the people in our mentorship. But we have payment plans available. We have a really strong guarantee. And very soon we'll be releasing group only access. So if you want to be in the group for 6 months and not get one-to-one support, that will be a cheaper option for people to choose if they want to. If you get a Section 3, it's easier if the items are from a wholesaler than a retailer. No, Section 3s, I would say, is easier from a retailer because Amazon knows they're legitimate. Section 3's authenticity complaints is just Amazon trying really hard to verify that what you're selling is legit. Major retailers are buying legit stock. Amazon know that. So they are going to be the best place for now. It always changes. But for now, for at least the last 8 months, we've been witnessing that retail invoices get way less headaches than wholesale ones. It doesn't mean the wholesale ones don't work. It just means that you have to jump through more hoops and headaches to have a bit of a smooth sailing process. Nicholas, I applied a month ago, but they rejected me. I've only been doing FBA for like 10 weeks, though. That could be why. It could be your age. It could be your credit score, your personal credit score. So, Elliot, I was saying to you earlier, it's really worthwhile building a good credit score. It's a really good tool to do when you're young. It takes like 6 months to a year to build. If you do it now, have a credit card, pay for your fuel, your shopping, and then pay it off in full. That's going to build your credit score. The more access to credit you have that you don't utilize, you're seen as more responsible as well. So that's good. But if you're someone who is financially irresponsible, then it's probably too risky to do that. So every person is different. You have to gauge if you think it's a good idea for you. But Amex and Capital and Tap are more likely to approve you if you have a good credit history. But yeah, working on it for 10 weeks might do that as well. Is Revolut Business Card worth it? I would prefer to go with Amex, but would I get approved? Why not both? Why not try both? Revolut is a very good account to go for from what I hear. I've never used them. They just recently got their official banking license, whatever that is. I can't remember what it is. I've only heard good things about Revolut, but Revolut and Amex are not the same. you can and should have both. And if you apply for Amex and they don't approve you, then just reapply in 6 months, find out. But again, it's only if you want to. You have to decide if it's a good idea for you. Burwood, 1943. Which retailers in the UK offer invoices? In the UK, it's part of the law that you have to provide VAT invoices to customers that buy stock. So every shop will provide invoices. That doesn't mean that the invoices they provide are going to be good and accepted by Amazon. Over time, you're going to have to learn which invoices are good and which ones are bad, as in which suppliers are good to buy from and which are bad. You can ask in our free community if you have specific questions around that. And in our mentorship, we have a list of places that are good and places that are bad. But our free community is really good for that, which, by the way, guys, free Discord community link in the bio. Don't forget to join. We have over 1,500 members. Does Amazon dislike sellers who do OA? That's a weird thing that people have been saying. I don't know for how long. Sam's been in Amazon for almost 5 years. He was hearing that 5 years ago. Elliot, if you think about what I just said, right? Retail receipts, retail invoices have been causing fewer headaches than wholesalers. So wouldn't that imply that Amazon likes arbitrage sellers? And Amazon makes 65% of their revenue. Is it 55 or 60% of their revenue from third-party sellers? Arbitrage is just one of the models in that. So all Amazon care about is, are you in stock regularly? Are you selling through your stock quick enough? Are you selling real stock? If you're doing all of those things, then you're all good. People saying Amazon don't like arbitrage sellers is just a weird myth that's been going around for a long time. Don't know where it's come from, but yeah, it's been around for a long time. Man, I have had no traction at all in the other platforms, which is a bit disappointing, but I suppose we've got to be a bit more consistent. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the live today. I hope you get some value from this. Please, if you think Amazon is right for you, give it a go. It might not be right for you, but you don't know without trying. And I speak to so many people who have been on the fence for even 2 years. I spoke to someone the other day who's been debating Amazon since 2016. I was like, no, not 2016, sorry, 2024. So I was like, mate, that's 2 years. Just try it. It will take you less than a month to try. And if you don't like it, you can move on. People who succeed in this world are the ones who take action and don't just dream. So it's fantastic to dream, but if you don't actually apply any action towards your goals, you're never going to accomplish them. So give it a go. Join our free Discord community. Let us know if you have any questions. If you want to work one-to-one with us, schedule a call. We have a 50K guarantee in our one-to-one coaching. We only have 5-star reviews. We have great virtual assistants trained and looking for work if anyone wants to hire a VA. And we've got an amazing prep center. My name's Sean from Seller Smart. I hope you enjoyed the live. I will be back on tomorrow and I will see you live then. Harmony Hub, I want to learn what's the procedure. Join our free Discord community and download all of our free resources. Drop us a message as well and let us know if you want to help. But yeah, guys, have a good day. Thank you very much for joining.